Donc, j'ai trouvé un site web qui explique les numéros jusqu'à 1000. Mais donc, on sait déjà, j'espère, les numéros 1 jusqu'à 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Après ceci, les numéros de 10 à 20, réfléchissez ces numéros. Donc, 10, 11, 2, c'est 12, 3, 13, 4, 14, 5, 15, 6, 16, 7, 17, 8, 18, 9, 19 et maintenant 20 pour 20. Voilà. Pour numéro 20 jusqu'à 69, ça c'est 20 et 2, donc 22. Ou par exemple, 37, c'est 30 et 7. 40 et 9. Donc, c'est super, super facile. Le problème est ça des numéros 70 jusqu'à 100. Notez qu'il n'y a pas de 70. Voilà. C'est juste 70. So you literally go 60 to 80 is like 69 and 70 is 60 10, 60 11, 60 12, 60. But don't think about it that way. Just think de 60 à 10, 60 à 9, 61, 62, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are all the 60s. Once you get to 70, 70 is 70. 71, 71. So then just use the teens instead of singular numbers to make it the 70s. So 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78 et 79. Et puis 80. So again, 80, if you just think of 80 as 80 by itself, it really is 420s, 20, 40, 60, 80. But just think of it, 80 is 80. And because it is literally 420s, we have an S at the end of 80. But notice all the rest of them don't have that S, just for 80. 81. So now you have 81. 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89. And now we get to 90. So the way 60 and 70s were kind of tied together, 80s and 90s are also tied together. So we're still going to be using 80, but now we're going to be using the teens again. So it's almost like saying 80 10, 80 11, 80 12 to be the 90s because 80 plus 10 is 90, 80 plus 11 is 91. But just think of it as using the teens for the 90s. 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. Oui. Yeah, I'm not worried about Belgium and Switzerland. Voilà. But here we have our little summary, and don't forget zeros. Zero. 40. It is new. You're supposed to have the hyphens. That's new since the 1990s. But a lot of times you'll see people not use the hyphens for étant because it used to be 41 without the hyphens. That only changed in the 1990s. And same with here. If we go down to talk about the big numbers, 100, 100, 101, 101. So it works here too. 100, you put the hundreds first, and then whatever comes after it. Here, 200, so deux comes first, and then 100. And here's an S again, just like when we had an S with 80, it's 200s. So if I have 200s, I have 200. So I put an S. But when you get another number after this 100, you do not put the S. Donc, 202 was 202. 300, 300s with an S. Mais 305. 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1000. Voilà. And also for 200, 202, these numbers, again, it didn't used to need a hyphen. So you'll often see people write it without the hyphen, especially if they went to school before the 1990s. They learned to write it without the hyphen. And now kids today are learning to write it with the hyphen. So it's common to see both spellings. Mille, one thing to note about thousands is the period for them is what we would put as a comma in English. And if you're thinking about decimals for them, they would actually put a comma where we put a period. You have to flip flop. Where we put a period, they put a comma. Where they put a comma, we put a period. Mille for 1,000. 2,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1,000,000. This one I even don't like the way it looks. 1,000,000. I feel like there should not be a hyphen there. But there is a hyphen. But again, very common to see no hyphen. 2,000,000 and a billion is en milliards. Et 2 milliards, etc. So I hope this helps with your numbers. Merci pour regarder.